Hey everyone, I'm Asha. Welcome to the Girl Talk HQ weekly wrap-up. Today's video is all about this brand new Tumblr page I'm sure you've all seen. It's called Women Against Feminism.
Notice how she has that kind of slightly disgusted face as she mentions the Tumblr page.
It's been going viral this week, and the reason why I felt the need to talk about it is because I feel there's a lot of confusion about the word and the movement and the notion of feminism.
Well, of course a feminist would feel rather than think, but who knows, maybe she'll surprise me.
So I wanted to bring up a few things and kind of dispel a few myths.
Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we've lived through something before.
So womenagainstfeminism.tumblr.com, as much as I hate to link to it.
As much as I hate to give you the chance to go and see it for yourselves and make your own mind,
and give you the URL, I feel like it's kind of a slap in the face to all those women throughout history who fought for the right for women to vote, for women to be in public office, and for women to have a role in society and in the world. It's such a slap in the face because now these young women and possibly men who are uploading their own pictures, holding up cards, giving reasons why they think feminism is stupid or dumb or irrelevant.
no. Actually, what they are saying is they don't need feminism, not that it's stupid. And to be honest, I wouldn't call it a slap in the face of those who came before. Quite the opposite. Feminism supposedly fought for these women's rights, correct? So, now that these women have those rights, they're pretty much saying, thank you for achieving this feminism. Now you can retire before you overdo it.
They only have the freedom because those women back then kind of paved the way for them, which I find really ironic.
No, you don't know what ironic means.
A lot of the pictures I saw gave reasons such as, I don't need feminism because I don't want to be thought of as a victim.
Okay, help me out here. Aren't feminists the ones that keep painting women as weak and in need of protection and special laws and government support? Aren't feminists the ones that propagate the image of domestic violence being men beating up women? Aren't feminists the ones that dishonestly inflate rape statistics to ridiculous proportions?
And because I don't hate men. Okay, neither does this feminist. Just putting that out there.
Okay, maybe you don't. I have no grounds not to believe you. But you are not feminists. You are a feminist. Correct?
And there are people saying we don't need feminism because inequality is just a myth. Those women should probably do a little bit of research on a search engine called Google and type in countries like women's rights in Saudi Arabia because there's hardly any.
What part of I don't need feminism don't you understand? I'm sure that women in the third world countries such as, Saudi Arabia, Nigeria, India could do with getting their rights recognized. I'm sure there are plenty of such countries. So, what are you doing here, whining about pink toys for girls and Photoshop models? Isn't that a bit frivolous if women are so badly treated in other countries? Is fat shaming and slut shaming in the first world a worse fate for a woman than genital mutilation in the third world? Just asking.
Or even in Western countries where women don't have access to reproductive rights.
In the Western world, women don't have reproductive rights? I'm curious to know if you actually are from this planet, because you can't say this in honesty and have lived on this planet for very long.
They're not allowed to be elected to public office.
Okay, now I have proof you are an alien. These are just a few, and I do mean just a few, that I find on, that search engine, Google. I could have put probably 4 times, 5 times, 10 times as many. Just couldn't be asked, but they're there. Aren't those women?
They can't compete in some Olympic sports.
Really? That's actually quite interesting. Never heard of anything of the sort. Would you care to mention any of these sports? Well, of course not.
And they don't get paid the same as men for doing the same job.
And there it is. The most debunked piece of feminist rhetoric just could not be left out of a What's Feminist video.
So, is inequality a myth? No.
Is inequality a myth? No, I agree with you. It isn't. But you seem to have the wrong ideas of where inequality actually is. You might want to have a look at the real world outside of your feminist bubble, and, well, the real world might surprise you.
The thing that kind of bites the most is that they equate feminism with the lack of responsibility for rape victims, which blows my mind, because anyone who's been in a situation of sexual assault, gender violence, God forbid rape, the thought of rape victims not taking responsibility kind of diminishes the fact that a crime was committed.
No, that is a straw man you're attacking. We are over here. The argument is not that the rape victim is responsible for what happened to her. That is solely the responsibility of the criminal. The argument is that people should take all reasonable precautions to avoid becoming victim of a crime, including rape. This seems to be the most difficult thing to get through to you feminists, and I really don't understand why. Teach men not to rape? That is stupid. Men know rape is wrong. Rapists know that rape is wrong. Rapists don't care it's wrong. That is the thing. With your campaign, Teach Men Not to Rape, the only result you're achieving is offending and alienating the same men that would willingly help you.
And it's really, really sad to see women hating on other women. That's the thing that I hate the most. I understand where the confusion comes from, because feminism for so long has had a very negative connotation, and that's perpetuated by the media, by people, by old ways of thinking. And I really think it's time women today step up, use social media, use their platforms to talk about the incredibly powerful and positive ways feminism is impacting the world today.
You really must be coming from another planet if you don't realize that reality is more or less the opposite of what you said. Feminism had a good reputation until recently. And it's only through social media that it's shown itself for what it is. So, get your facts straight, please.
The original formations of the movement is so different to why feminism is around today and the different things that it's fighting for. And I feel like that needs to be pointed out.
Funny you should say that. I actually have a future video planned on exactly why feminism is trying to grasp in all directions, trying to stay alive. See you then.
We're not trying to trample on men to reach equality. We're trying to work alongside each other. I read an article in Cosmopolitan UK who commented on this anti-feminist Tumblr site, and they had some really good thoughts about it.
Cosmopolitan. Okay.
They said, it doesn't matter if someone who identifies as a feminist expresses views that are different to yours. That doesn't mean you can't be a feminist too. They also said that this Tumblr site comes from a place of anger and lack of understanding.
Let's let the anger part slide. That may be right, actually. Let's talk about lack of understanding. Isn't it amazing that the more feminism explains itself, the less people seem to understand it? You're either doing a piss poor job of explaining yourselves, or maybe it's you that lack understanding. Give that some thought.
I totally agree. Actress Shailene Woodley recently gave an interview with Time magazine. She's all for girl power, portraying strong female characters in movies, which she's very outspoken about. But when they asked her, so do you call yourself a feminist? She said, no, because I like men, which kind of blew everyone's minds, especially all the feminists around the world who are trying to fight for equality, because they're like, whoa, you're such a huge celebrity, have such a huge reach and influence, and you're basically telling all your fans and plenty of other people out there that feminism equals hating men.
As I said, it's either you that doesn't understand feminism, or feminism that is doing a piss-poor job at explaining itself. To be honest, seeing the actions of feminists, I'd go for the first one.
Which it doesn't. Damn you, Shailene! Here is the definition of feminism in the Webster Dictionary.
Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we've lived through something before.
It means the theology or the ideology of the social, political and economic equality of the sexes.
Did you say the theology? Does that mean that feminism is a religion?
The USA has yet to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment. Just recently, Congress for the third time shot down the Paycheck Fairness Act thanks to the majority of Republicans in the Senate because they believe government shouldn't be regulating things like that, and if women really want equality in the workplace, they should be stepping up, fighting for it, and proving that they're worth being paid the same as a man for doing the same job.
Couple of points here. First of all, you might want to check what's actually in that act. Having equality in the name doesn't necessarily mean that it's good for equality. Inform yourself before you actually yap about things you don't know. Secondly, do you think it's really that strange expecting women to earn respect? Do you really think that respect is just given in the workplace especially? Are you sure you're from this planet?
As for the whole rape victims not taking responsibility, that kind of sounds like they're not taking responsibility for how drunk they were and for what they were wearing. And for one woman to say that about another woman out there is really, really gut-wrenching to me. We've all heard the viral story of Jada, the young Texas girl who was raped at a party. She didn't even know about it till weeks later because a bunch of photos surfaced on social media of her without her undies or her undies on backwards, something like that. And then all these guys started mimicking her pose that she was photographed in, and they made a viral hashtag called Jada Pose, and that's how this whole rape story went viral. How can a rape story be celebrated or be laughed at in any way? It's so disgusting.
You might actually want to look up that story properly and not just through feminist propaganda. I think you'll be surprised.
But power to this girl Jada, who decided to go on national TV. She went on The View and she's been on MSNBC talking about her ordeal, and now she's fighting back against the rapists and against the cyberbullies and the people on social media who are making fun of her ordeal. Feminism in the online world has given a girl like Jada the ability to take the power back and not allow bullies and perpetrators and rapists to get the better of her.
Oh, no, 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 no. Feminism has nothing to do with this woman's recovery. She's a strong woman, she had plenty of support, and she found her motivation to get through this. I'm sorry, you don't get to claim a woman just because she's strong as feminist. That's cheating. No surprise there, though.
And in turn, she can be encouraging other victims out there not to feel sorry for themselves, that they too can still live a powerful and very fulfilling life despite having something horrible happen to them. That, I think, is a really awesome thing about feminism.
Again, no. A good role model is a good role model. It's not a feminist role model.
I actually personally think feminism could be even more powerful today than it was back in the early days when it started, because we have social media, the internet.
Well, I don't know about your planet, but here on Earth, feminism is already more powerful. It's everywhere. You really should, have a look at reality.
I realize that anyone who's against equality and against what feminism truly stands for, they've probably got some other issues going on. And I think it's sad that they have to project that in a public forum like Tumblr.
Good evening. Tonight on It's the Mind, we examine the phenomenon of déjà vu. That strange feeling we sometimes get that we've lived through something before.
And of course, shaming language. Could make a feminist video without that, could we?
Now is the time for young women and young men to step up, work together, stand alongside each other and say, yes, equality is something that we all deserve, and let's make a difference and make the world a better place from what it used to be and what our parents and forefathers and foremothers had to put up with. For me, feminism is about women supporting each other more than anything.
Hang on, didn't you just say that feminism is equality for everyone? So now feminism is about women supporting women more than anyone? Bit of dissonance here. Maybe you want to have that checked?
We're very diverse in our decisions and our lifestyles and our backgrounds, but that doesn't mean we can't stand with each other and go, hey, let's work together for the same common goal. That is equality. And I do believe a lot of the women out there who are posting on this Tumblr site have probably never experienced inequality.
Hang on. You said inequality is rampant everywhere. How can so many women not experience it? Could it be that you're gravely mistaken?
Or maybe they have their blinders on and don't understand that it actually goes on.
Oh, the they don't understand argument again. Oh well, covered that.
In the world. So I encourage you, before you get involved in a negative movement or a negative website like Women Against Feminism.
Why would you consider Women Against Feminism a negative site? They are saying that their life is fine. They don't need protection. They don't need support. They can walk with their own legs. How is that negative? I really don't understand. Unless, just going out on a limb here, unless it's negative for the feminist church, which is seeing its power base being eroded.
Please just do a little bit more research and understand what feminism really means in the 21st century and what it actually stands for.
Maybe you should follow that advice yourself. Seriously.
Now, I know I'm not the only one who has an opinion about feminism. I'm sure all of you out there do. So please leave your comments below. Let me know what you think of this Tumblr site, Women Against Feminism. All of you out there who are kind of on the fence or who are confused about what feminism is, please check out my blog, girltalkhq.com, because there are plenty of articles, plenty of blog posts, plenty of interviews, all related to what feminism is about in 2014 and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. But seriously, I will check that out. I'm sure you're going to give me plenty of material for my videos.
So please check that out. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, Girl Talk HQ, because every week I'm going to be bringing you a video talking about an issue that is either viral or important, and I want to hear your comments. Subscribe to this channel, check out girltalkhq.com, and I will see y'all next week.